Hey everyone, it's Retro Geek here, bringing you a real quick video for a couple of news articles that I felt like talking about, and I do apologize for the lateness of this video. I do realize that it's late. I have been busy watching the Summer Games Fest stuff. A lot of really cool announcements that have been announced. A lot of great titles that have come out. And maybe I'll talk about them later, or maybe they'll just come up periodically in videos as I make them. But I did have a couple that showed up earlier today, before, I started watching all that, while I was out and about, doing physical therapy and all that, that I wanted to talk about because I think they're really interesting. So feel free to go ahead and join me as we talk about these couple of topics, and feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments down below about what you think about both of these. So the first real big thing that I want to talk about here, as you can kind of see, is something that Xbox is reportedly copying from PlayStation Plus. Now, as you know, we do have PlayStation Plus, the new PlayStation Plus actually, coming out real soon, and I think it's actually going to be next week that it's going to hit the States here, and I plan to try it out because I'm going to automatically transition over to the premium. So I think that I'm going to try that out and kind of see what that's about. But one of the big features that they looks like they're going to copy is going to be the idea of game trials that are going to come in various links, and they're going to probably be doing it through Game Pass. Now, I can see them doing this only because of the fact is it's almost sort of like what you can already do now with what is it, the xCloud or whatever they call it, where you stream the game directly from Game Pass, except for rather than you being able to play the whole game like that, maybe they allow you to try a demo of the game just to get a feel for it. Now, I think this works out actually a lot better than downloading a demo, because maybe I don't have the time to download the demo and wait. Maybe I just want to go ahead and try the game for 5 minutes to see if I like it, get a feel of the gameplay, before I go through the trouble of downloading the game, playing it for an hour, and then realizing, no, I don't really like this. And then I have to go through I know there's just a couple of extra steps to then uninstall it and all that, but wouldn't it just be easier if I could just go into Xbox Game Pass and say try game trial, and then try it? I mean, it's basically the exact same way to me, but basically you just have to take everything here with a grain of salt, because there's little reason to doubt the validity of this, but it is something that they could opt into, because as it says here, looks like they'll be having a big emphasis is being placed on helping smaller independent teams implement this feature, so giving them something like compensation for that participation, for an example. So that right there instantaneously becomes something that makes it kind of plausible, that Xbox will basically be like, here's a smaller game developer, maybe an indie game, for an example. Try it out for 30 minutes on us, see if you like it. If you like it, download it. Or if you like it and you want to download it, sign up for Game Pass. I'm sure they'll figure out some way to do it. And our last bit of news actually is the whole main headline thing that I'm sure that you clicked on this video to watch and are probably the most interested in, is supposedly Netflix is working on a Horizon Zero Dawn TV series, and comicbook.com here actually seems to have some of the details that we can kind of look over here. And of course, this isn't anything surprising, because we have seen, especially in today's Summer Games Fest, where they were talking about a Last of Us TV show, which is actually up here in the corner, kind of ironically, the Last of Us TV show that's coming. It seems like Sony is becoming more and more interested in doing productions, making TV shows, making movies. I mean, we did get the Uncharted movie, which I haven't seen, but, I hear isn't that good. and then we got the Last of Us TV series announced, and now if Horizon Zero Dawn, or just a Horizon series, which seems like it's going to run alongside the TV show. As it says here, that the Horizon TV series at Netflix is going to sit alongside the story seen in the video games. The show is supposedly going to be called Horizon 2074 and will shed light on some of the events that take place before the fall of humanity, which of course I'm looking forward to, because that was one of my favorite aspects of Horizon Zero Dawn, was learning about the fall of humanity and the Pharaoh robots and just all the stuff. And so if they could set up a prequel that shows these events, or maybe is like before, and we kind of like, we have the dealings and the workings of like, here's Ted Pharaoh and all these people that are involved with it, and we start to hear about Project Zero Dawn, we start hearing about all this stuff. We people that have played the games and are in love with Horizon, we know exactly where it's going to head up to, and it can sort of run into the game. So the fact that it's going to probably take place hundreds of years before, I think it's going to be great. And of course, it makes sense for that to be the focus for a couple of reasons. Mostly because of the the obvious reasons. And I'll just go ahead and click. I'll just go ahead and click out of that here. So it's going to be a good thing that they're doing for a couple of reasons, and one of those reasons is because, one, a lot of that story isn't really known. I mean, we have 2 games, and it's kind of touched upon here and there. We know what happens at the end of it, but it's sort of like with Halo. And up until we had Halo Reach, we kind of knew what happened with Reach. It was mentioned before, but it wasn't until we actually got to play Reach and have an understanding of this is what actually happened in Reach. So it's something like that where it's like, yeah, we know that we're going to get these Pharaoh bots. We know that we're going to get the fall of mankind. We know that we're going to get, the tribes and all that, and, the machines and the cauldrons. And we know all this stuff from the games. But to see it happen, to see Elizabeth Sobek work on this and, like, create the Gaia program, to see Ted Pharaoh with his pompousness and his arrogance make these errors that led to the demise of humanity, I think it'd be interesting. And then, as like with Forbidden West, for an example, where you had the whole, I forgot what they called them, but they were basically like the Air Force, and they would like jump out of airplanes and go fight these machines. Small stories like that can have little details in there. Like, we could actually see some people fight these machines in real life with really cool CGI effects, or we could see like the beginning of it. We could see the spark of it starting with like a small machine or something. We could see all kinds of different stories take place that the game hasn't even touched upon, and set up all kinds of side stories. So I think it'd be really interesting to see what they're going to do with that. So go ahead, bring it on. I love Horizon, and I will gladly watch it on Netflix if they get it. Just like I'll probably check out the Last of Us TV show, even though, I don't think there's really much you can do with that outside of you just telling Last of Us Part 1 again. But that's all that I have for today. I appreciate you guys watching for as long as you have, and I do apologize that it is an audio only video this time. It's basically 10:30 at night my time, and like I said, I've been spending all day watching Summer Games Fest and coverage for it, so I didn't really get a chance to get around to it earlier like I intended to. But I hope that you did enjoy this video. I hope that you enjoyed this discussion, and I'd like to hear what you guys have to say about it. How do you feel about Horizon being made into a Netflix series? Are you excited and as pumped about it as I am? Or do you think it's going to be kind of a disappointing flop? And of course, what do you think about Xbox potentially copying the whole game trial thing? Do you think that's something that could possibly pass? make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments down below if you have anything to say in regards to either of those discussions. Otherwise, guys, have a great rest of your week. I'm probably not going to be doing any more videos until next week to try to just do all of the Summer Games Fest announcements and kind of just see what comes along. You know, what big games are going to be talked about. Because I already have a couple that I can just say right now that I've seen that I'm really excited about. But again, I might just wait more for like Microsoft's coverage or for somebody else. You know, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But for now, I'm not planning to do any more videos until at least Monday or Tuesday.